that is my collection slash set. Alrighty friends, welcome back to the Dinosaur channel. This is your home for all things dinosaur and prehistoric, and today, kind of kick off the return of this channel on YouTube, I thought it would be good before we kick back into any of the dinosaur informative stuff, just for finding a way to kind of like connect between us, because it's been a little while. I would show you guys kind of the collection and set that I have that I've been building out here in my room in Florida for the last few months, to kind of give you guys something to look at besides my face when we're giving you that dinosaur information. So this is kind of my Jurassic Park collection slash dinosaur selection here in my room. All of this right here, what you see is sort of a set piece. I'll be standing here most of the time when I'm doing the informative dinosaur videos. I thought it'd be good to kick this all off. We'll return it back to the channel. I got some really cool stuff in here that I think a lot of you guys would appreciate. I'm sure that many of you guys watch this channel are probably into Jurassic Park and Jurassic World and stuff like that. I thought we would just start right away. Let's just jump right into this collection. So before we jump straight into the collection that you see right behind me, I did want to highlight a few items that kind of began this collection. So just to give you guys a little brief backdrop, I used to be very obsessed with Jurassic Park when I was younger. I had a lot of the toys and things growing up. I moved around a lot as a kid, and so a lot of that got lost. So I've been slowly buying back some of the more major things that were in my life back when I was a kid. A lot of that collection is based off of wanting to build an interesting and cool set, and I hope that this thing continues to evolve. But as a collection, one of the things that really started it off is this thing. This is actually the Jurassic Park Blu-ray set that came out before I think Jurassic World was even announced. It basically has the T-Rex erupting out of the Jurassic Park gates. And it's, I think it's a green T-Rex, yeah, so it's not based off of the original one from the movie, but super cool box set. I remember this was one of the first items that I got when I was 15, when I was just getting back into starting to collect some of this interesting things. I had a lot of these things before I ever had that, but I lost them. And so let's show you guys some of the things that I had before I had that, but I rebought them. So here we go. So when we come down here to this shelf, you can see a variety of baby dinosaurs. These are all hatchlings. So my love for the Jurassic Park franchise really started around the Jurassic Park 3 movie. I was born after the first movie came out, and I was way too young to watch The Lost World. So the first one I ever saw in theaters was Jurassic Park 3. This was my main jam when I was a kid. 1 and 2. I didn't even have this as a kid. But this Velociraptor and this Triceratops with the Jurassic Park 3 packaging were like my favorite toys as a kid. I actually know what happened to those. My dog ended up eating all of them, so I don't have the original ones. These were bought recently, and as you can see, I've gotten a bit of an obsession, because as I started buying them back, I realized that this wasn't the first line of them. I was always under the impression this was the first line, but I actually learned that Kenner made them before, and then you had these from The Lost World that are in sort of test tubes. These are, I think, my prized possessions from the whole collection. These are probably the things that hold the most value, and they're definitely not set pieces. They're more for me because I love them, and it was something that I grew up with as a kid. But since then, I've been buying back a lot of other baby dinosaurs that have come out. So you have all these new ones from the Fallen Kingdom line that I'm interested in, and some of them I don't like taking out of the packaging, especially these, because I think they look really cool. Even like this little guy. This is a new one that's been pretty hard to find. But I just like that they have so many varieties of these little guys. But let me show you something else that I had as a kid. So one of my favorite things that I had as a kid was this Dilophosaurus right here. This toy used to come with me everywhere when I was younger. This Dilophosaurus is also from the Jurassic Park 3 era. This thing, I think the line was called React Attack, and it used to have a button that would make noise. This, once again, this is not my original one. I lost that one as a kid, but I bought it back, and I'm very happy that I have it. I just love how vibrant the colors were on this thing. As well, from the Jurassic Park 3 line, this Triceratops was one of my favorite things. I think this one makes noise. So it's pretty cool. These were made by Hasbro. And obviously the line has changed quite radically since then, with Mattel coming out with all their really interesting stuff. But those 3 things that I just showed you, that's my beginning. That was everything for me as a kid. The rest of everything that has been purchased here since then, once again, a lot of the come on. Let's continue on. I guess we can take this shelf by shelf. Maybe we should start with the wall. So right on here on the wall, we got a bunch of things. One other thing that goes along with that box set that we have here is this right here. This is a painting I bought on eBay. I wish I knew the name of the artist. I don't know the name of the artist. Like, one of the other first things when I started rebuying Jurassic Park stuff, this is my favorite moment from cinema history ever. The Brachiosaurus scene in Jurassic Park is It's just my favorite thing ever, and I like having this in my room. It was always here before the rest of this stuff arrived. I always had this hanging up for years now. Probably 6 or 7 years I've had this thing hanging up here on the wall, and I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite things. The art, it's not exact to what the movie is, but it's beautifully what I remember in my brain, and I think it looks awesome. So a lot of this stuff was purchased relatively recently, so I guess we'll kind of breeze through it. This right here is the Jurassic Park Crash McCreary art based on Stan Winston's like dinosaur maquettes. So there's a lot of the Jurassic Park species here. I was actually given this for free from a comic book store in Orlando when I bought this for $5. So it was really cool. They gave me this for free. They actually gave me 2 of those. That is just a T-Rex mask that's come out on the new Jurassic Park Fallen Kingdom line. These are cardboard cutouts that I'll sometimes ask stores to give me if they have. Once again, like I mentioned, I've been trying to build a set here. And so having these big cutouts, this Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom one actually stands all the way down here. Having this just adds more of a vibe when I'm talking to the camera. I feel like it'll be really dry without all that art behind it. Once again, another Fallen Kingdom promo piece. This is just like a little styrofoam thing. And here, I actually got this in New York City. I think it's a promo for the Topps cards. I got that for like $5, the collectible cards, which is pretty cool. I got that in a candy store in the Lower East Side in Manhattan, which is pretty cool. So if we take this shelf by shelf, obviously this thing that's been sticking out like a sore thumb, it's 3 feet tall. This is my Horizon Brachiosaurus. Besides those babies, this is hands down the one thing, if I could only keep one thing, this would be it. Brachiosaurus is my favorite dinosaur, and having this giant one, I just recently put this thing together. That's the box from it right there. You can see the colors are a little faded too, which kind of adds to the aesthetic. It was stupid expensive, how expensive, but there's not a lot of them on the market. They're pretty rare, and when you find them, they're usually priced pretty steeply. So I found one that wasn't priced too horribly. I'll give you a little more of a detailed look. Here's a look for you guys. And you can see I gotta fill those gaps in with I forgot what it's called. There's a certain material that can fill it in. I don't think I'm gonna be painting it, as there's that new Mattel one that's coming out. So I kind of like just having that as the maquette, but that's based off the original Stan Winston sculpt, which is really awesome. So moving on, we got here. I tried to build a sort of dynamic here for the set, so it seems cool for you guys watching the videos, where there's kind of herbivores on one side, carnivores on the other. So we just have mishmash mixed in with, so this is the original Jurassic World line. This is the, Mattel Fallen Kingdom stuff. Here's from the Lost World. We have a bunch of stuff splayed in, so just take a look at this. You got a bunch of different species. I don't want to go through naming each and every single one of them because it's going to be a lot, as well as the carnivores here on this side. We got a lot of carnivores here. This one was actually given to me by Brad from the Jurassic Park podcast, so shout out to him. Very cool for hooking me up with that. So we got a lot of the stuff everyone's been looking for, wanting. It's been really cool. I've hammered this point a lot, talking to a lot of people, both on Twitter and on the podcast itself that I'm a part of, how grateful I feel that this stuff is in stores right now. It's just very cool to be an adult walking around in the Target or in a Walmart and seeing this stuff that I grew up with in a store. So that's that right there. We got all those guys. So moving down here, this is kind of the plush section. A lot of this stuff is mixed. As you can tell, I have a sort of obsession with baby dinosaurs, as you can see down here. So when these were announced that they were coming out, I bought all of them as fast as I possibly could. You have these guys that just also recently came out. I think they disappeared as fast as they came. You could actually flip these inside out and turn them into eggs, which are really cool. They're called Surprisosaurs, something like that. I don't remember exactly. And then you have some of the old plushes from the original movie and the Lost World movie. That's a Dilophosaurus, a Triceratops. A really bad looking Brachiosaurus in the back, but I love how authentic it looks to the original movie. These are the Jurassic World plushies from the original Jurassic World, and one of the only ones you can get from the Universal Studio store from Fallen Kingdom. So that's that shelf right there. If we move on over here, we kind of have a mishmash. I have this guy that I recently picked up from the Snap Squad. I picked this up in Universal for, once again, a ridiculous price. And we have a bunch of Funko Pops. I'm not a huge Funko Pop guy, but they came out with Jurassic World ones. You gotta get them because you gotta get them, right? I just love this one, how big it was. So we have all these different Funkos. We got the Stiggy Moloch and Blue and Baby Blue with Owen. All these guys, these are popcorn bowls from Mexico. I got them for really, really cheap on eBay. This is from the original Jurassic World movie. This one's from Fallen Kingdom. This one's also from Fallen Kingdom. It's an Indoraptor head, and you can actually see it says in here, it says El Reino Caído. I don't know if that is how you pronounce it, but yeah, pretty cool. As well, we got a Indominus Rex little toy that's on wheels. I got this for $5 at a flea market just a few weeks ago in Orlando, so that was a steal. And you got a bunch of cassettes from the Jurassic Park universe from all the movies. It's a sort of a meme in my life at this point. I state that anytime I see a Jurassic Park cassette tape, I have to buy it because they're usually like a few cents each, and I just buy them up as quick as I can. All these boxes are filled up with the small packets of the little dinosaurs that I'll show you guys in a minute. Those are the little dinosaurs that Mattel has. I don't really have a good way to store them, but I like those guys, so I just bought them. And those are little Dilophosaurus fans. Over here, we have some of the more expensive stuff. So I love this thing. This is the original set of miniatures that Target was selling of the Legacy collection of the original dinosaurs from the original movie. And behind it, one of my prized possessions. I don't know if a lot of you guys know about this, but this is a Jurassic World toaster. It toasts the Jurassic World logo onto toast. I think it's one of the most incredible pieces of merchandise that exists, period. It's just so unique. And I'm so happy that I even own this thing. So we got that. These things I bought from Korea, also ridiculously expensive. These are the story pack sets that were really hard to find. Alan Grant with the eggs from Jurassic Park 3, and then the original Velociraptor with Robert Muldoon. Behind there is the really elusive Legacy Collection Spinosaurus in packaging. I don't know what I want to do with that yet. I'm keeping that as is. And then this thing, I just got this from Guatemala. Extremely, extremely hard to find as well. I think it's one of my favorite things that's come out this year so far, so I had to snag this thing. And this thing is the little Primal Pal blue thing that you can kind of do this stuff with. We're almost done here. Down at the bottom, we got a few more prized possessions. I love this thing so much. This is a Lost World Jurassic Park Crunch cereal box. Got this thing for really cheap on eBay too, and I absolutely love it. It's so shiny and amazing. It reminds me of my childhood, and it was very cheap. So I like the cheap stuff that you can get. A lot of this shelf is not valuable. This I actually got from an artist on Etsy, and it ended up shipping broken, so I didn't end up having to pay for it, but it is a really cool little Parasaurolophus hatchling. Also another one of my favorite dinosaurs, so a very cool little piece here. Here we got a Lost World film camera, disposable camera. I want to try to figure out a way to make this not disposable. I don't think that's realistic, but I want to. Down here we have Jurassic Park on Laserdisc. My friend got me that for my birthday. Over here, just the Lost World on CD. I got a bunch of photos of me in Jurassic Park as a kid here that you can see. And then here I have an assortment of mix of the Jurassic Park comic books. I've got a huge amount of them. And then I have some of Marvel's Devil Dinosaur mixed in there as well. This thing I recently picked up in Savannah, Georgia. It's an old McDonald's French fry box from Jurassic Park. It was also very cheap. And got some of these things that recently came out, the Pez dispensers for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I think they're so awesome, and they were also so cheap. I don't remember how much they were exactly, but I remember them being very cheap for what they are. Here, a thing I randomly picked up on eBay for a really nice deal. I think I got it for like 20 bucks. It's a pinball machine. Have the ball in there, fire that away. It's supposed to work a lot better if I think you have it angled, but it's got the little buttons and everything. It's pretty cool. And then in here, I got this on OfferUp, I think, for a steal as well. This is that Keebler Special Collection cookie box that recently came out for Fallen Kingdom that has a freaking tablet built into it. I think it's one of the most ridiculous things that's ever been created. Just in general, I think it looks, it's kind of stupid, but kind of awesome. I also got it for very cheap. It comes with 2 packs of cookies in there, which is pretty cool. We're almost done here. We're gonna cover some of the real prized possessions, some of the harder stuff to find. But that's pretty much all the shelves in the set out here with all the art and all these guys. If we turn right around, we have a bookshelf. So some of this bookshelf has Jurassic Park books in here, just several dinosaur stuff. Here's The Evolution of Claire, stuff by Jack Horner, some of the original Jurassic Park books. Got this thing as well on Etsy. It's a mold, a really low res mold of a Compsognathus. I didn't have the money to shell out on that really expensive one, but I like this one. The way this one looked, it didn't look too bad, but it's really low res. It's very like scraggly. As well, over here we have a 3D printed Velociraptor resonating chamber. I actually painted this thing myself, and I 3D printed it as a friend's house. I think it came out pretty cool. This is a 3D printed Tricerafish and a dodo bird. As well, this thing I recently bought at Universal Studios. I think it's the last one to ever be sold ever. I haven't been able to find it online or anything. I made a whole video on that when I was visiting the Jurassic Park thing. I think it's so awesome. It's got a little plaque under it as well, and this thing was a Velociraptor. I got that in New York. The rest of these are fossil casts, so this is a Velociraptor skull, an egg from a dinosaur, a baryonyx claw. These are just some artifacts I got in Mexico. So over here, back on the bed, I'll move this thing away. Just wanted to show you guys quickly some of the merchandising I have. So we got this Jurassic Park shirt. It's a normal one. I think I got it at Target. Then we got a Loot Crate exclusive Jurassic Park shirt. I actually really don't like this shirt at all. I wear it all the time, but I don't like it. Then this thing I also got on Etsy. It's a little baby blue in a pocket. I actually saw someone in New Orleans drunk out of his mind walking around with one of these. And I was like, hey, where do I get this? He was like, go to Etsy. So I went to Etsy, and now I have it. And then this, a friend bought me this for my birthday last year. It's just a Jurassic World shirt. And then I got this thing on Amazon Prime. It was 11 bucks. It's the big inflatable costume of the T-Rex. I already had one, but I got another one for 11 bucks. Over here on the monitor, you can see my obsession continues. And I think that covers everything. I have this hat. This is one Jurassic Park hat, and then the Save the Dinos hat. Jeez Louise, that was a long one. I'm holding a gimbal too to stabilize this footage, so my hand really hurts right now. That's everything. I think I covered everything. I don't think I missed anything in here. That is my collection slash set of my Jurassic Park stuff and Jurassic World stuff. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope it was cool. So I'm gonna go reorganize some of the stuff I just disorganized, but get ready guys, because the Dinosaur channel is back in full effect. Get ready for actual informative videos about dinosaurs, not only just Jurassic Park. The point of this channel is for me to learn more about paleontology and dinosaurs, and for you to learn as well. Just subscribe and turn those notifications so you don't miss a single video, and I'm just glad to be back, and I hope you guys are as well. Please leave me down in the description below dinosaurs that you guys want to see me cover in future episodes, and if you want to see more stuff like this, I guess I can try to do it. If you didn't see the videos on my main channel, on my traveling channel that I have, I did a whole video archiving the Jurassic Park and Universal Studios that will soon probably turn into Jurassic World. So if you guys want to go check that out, it's a really, really cool video. I highly suggest it. As well, if you want to support my work here on the Dinosaur channel, we have a PayPal link down in the description below. You can send us some money because this channel's not monetized on YouTube yet, so I'm doing all this for free. So if you guys want to support the channel, you can do that as well. And we'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.